was your legal wife of wedding como, no more than coma can some so be brave. After lawyer Kusi and I feel so. I was here, a year, Mamma Kusia sewa. Na api court no ho awusia ni na ne se yase judge a wotena eye api case no awusia ensensem no so na ne judge no ebo modern e ma lawyer Kusi this bi se omo modern se wade evidence bi a wohwehwe e de bebele no nanso according to legal wife for no mo se lawyer Kusi ensaka evidence na wose nsaka nyina na judge na hwehwe no nsaka ye no ka wose prompt judge no say nsaka evidence ni nyina I'm talking about mame akusia sewa the marriage certificate with that lumba jama indie no eno ana judge say ohia efi lawyer Kusi wa lawyer Kusi ebo modern man nsaka enso emra na ka wose ogina mu ka kire judge no ewo appeal court won mo se nsaka ni nyina no wanka eno ene gina so a ene omususu se lawyer Kusi entimi aniamoa wo mu wo saade no ho a na mo lawyer Kusi etuye no amoa wo mu enam so amasisi asem no akoye bibia wo ho no ma ekonkon ho yenim se asem no de se bi omunni ye nanso empenifo se ebisi so aka ye hyewoma etutie nkoma legal wife for no edina judge emu asem no de enti yenim de enti a wo mo kasa asem so mate se omadi enchu ana se bibi ete saade no de ye bompa ye se memmu sa na emum omo na anim omokon yenim so mate no ba bi so mo bedi nchu di a ene abusia ye ntimi nkyere se omo bolo ye Kusi sobo se onu mum na evidence na judge no epe wo appeal court wonum wan fa mu a enam so amoma kan senseme no abusia nkomo de omodi bi na mepese obeka me ho akwaji nchirimu hye no so sa agusu yotum for ba TV plus.
Both of you cannot marry another person.
Okay, good.
But in Ghana ne de it is all baby to say you car empra kura ko twena se ye chewa watu mrakesi ye fa but in Ghana ne de in Ghana the ubetimi atwe kaka.
Oh no, Ghana the end minim but me come abroad me come a bit to say Germany. Into Germany you ko twempra e betimi atwe so.
In fact, minye all that good in Germany.
No, yeah, of course.
But
of course.
I am very good in the US, France, and the UK. But Germany, minye good. I'm now learning. I didn't
okay, into German. Sorry,
bigamy is a criminal act.
Oh no,
I have a question.
Into reason I'm able to say and Kalumba.
But you say criminal act no neketwa kura na ye misdemeanor. So it's still a criminal act.
Okay, I don't think so. A bit mature.
It
can only be for ground for divorce.
In Ghana no eno de grounds are ubitimi.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about
but in the UK say wa worry now twempna na yenya evidence say wa twempna they can ubitimi sue for bigamy.
No,
bruh, let me tell you this. The whole wide world, the meaning of bigamy is say,
yes.
Listen, the meaning of bigamy. Hold on, let me finish it.
Just a second, Mr. Adano say ya na counter suit ni counter claim asem ebeye me da bia ya me ka kire amanfo say we have authoritative book eniema Google no mu ne your friend is saying dictionary normal dictionaries de ma wo law mu no de ma no eni yes bigamy for normal way is the act of marrying someone while you have already legally married to another person. That is fundamentally that. So what you say? But in the UK law, when they realize say we niema na wo ye no, nipa no ne yes senia asa warefo na nkasa eya. It calls for that because me were small boy back who me have 14 years. 15 years. In fact, I happen to help ne mother a case with the papa no. Yes, Sebi ya mano the full punitive way because onko worry nipa no. Right? But when neglecting all the marital duties na and or the yamasa nipa no.
Well, I don't want to drag bigamy. UK criminal.
Oh no, for bigamy, when we talk of bigamy,
no, you are trying to tell the truth, but you are also trying to hide the part. Bigamy simply means to say, what you are saying that or court.
In fact,
in your name, that becomes a bigamy.
Senior, you're very liberal, pa. Okay, sir, I'm trying to hide the fact. I see it. I will take offense to that. I will not hide the fact. And I
apologize. I apologize for saying so.
Anyway, it's fine. It's fine. I don't.
Don't worry. Me not offended. Be brief.
Listen.
Me kasa me very careful, pa, because Chrome has said there. Or public utterances can take your certificate away from you. Enti I am very careful. Say me make sure say me nko cancel moi. Ebe me we enti say I try to explain say bigamy for any normal sense say wa worry that legally married na wasin akọ worry obi fufuro. Right? But ahano omo hwehwe niema bebre say ne awoye no I say it is shielding all the responsibility into say ya they will not charge you for bigamy but they still give you punitive sentence punitive you can't say sentence is been ade bia ebi wo hono ma ya na emukrampo ye den sen ne ono anye any body
I'll have to explain also.
All right. Inti me patron and one na me person.
Me UK again.
Sure man brother.
Section 57 criminal offenses.
Me busa the question but it seems like
bigamy, the definition of bigamy has always been I just wanted to chip that in. Bigamy has always been one.
Marriage. The last question.
Mapidi nkana asem ba ko.
What am I future speaker say the man can say me we have not been.
In fact, he's making a very legal point about
I would have dragged what I was saying.
ISS in 57 offenses against persons act any family law act sexual offenses.
Ghana Act bigamy is section 204 something Act 29 almost definition and UK Criminal Offences Act 1961. Okay, bigamy has always been marrying another person while the person is still alive, and it's a cut across. It's the same thing everywhere. Okay, it's while now for worry for and it's all question now. To be in the court to be in office like I say, how can you plan the show? That is not possible. But the it can be ground for divorce. Say original so. And plan worry. Okay, over boy your mind worry and
my wedding. My wedding. What I will court as I will be engagement to you,
but now
bigamy ends so.
Ghana law now. Hey bro, 204. You can go and check it.
Bro,
No. Why explain it to me? Oh, see a bit.
I go to court here, and then I am very apt in what I'm saying.
You go to court, you have to quote me the act tonight. Just say, wow, I know about going to court. But I'm quoting the act. If you quote me the act, then I'll go and read and see, because the law is based on, court is based on the law. Okay, you go to court with the law. It's I just quoted the Criminal Offences Act UK days, like 1861, but it's fine. We were talking a lot. I just wanted to clarify. There were things I could have come in, but some of them are not necessary. Because I always stated a bigamy in bit my own thing. Usually at the time I don't come in most times, but when I come in, so I resolve my what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. But let's
I think there is condition attached to bigamy. I don't know, say be I don't know be a sana be a God factor a person or share. But again, by again, planting be a do.
And planting our back of
bro. The Cocaine Matrimonial Courses Act 1973 about adultery. Future.
Example.
Mr.
What factor me patch me ba mama example. Me fan say God factor aware na ebia waware no ono wasa wom pena na ne mpena no de bia ho no wose enti ama na yire no enya access to him wo hu ne mpo a already bia o hu no because empra na gene time nyina no say it can be a bigamy.
No, grounds, no.
Me pacho, that is not bigamy, and that is not what I said.
Grounds for the word, Godfather, the word you use was a bigamy, and I'm saying bigamy. The bigamy,
listen, Obamuno, I explain myself. Because it was a mess. But why you are doing the and I'm saying, no, what I said is that it was a mess. And I told you, say, it is not necessarily bigamy. Said Yebia, I sleep. But me ma what you say.
If you sleep, that's fine. Clarify.
I said that, but you were still saying, say,
no.
I told you it's okay. Let's move on.
Question. Hey, just for education purposes. Bigamy is always
no, I'm just giving him an answer.
I do
question.
I think say Joe Baja
feature and adepa ana platform yene dia say do say okasa obi anye din na ontin no matter what. Number 2, feature MP, I understand what you were trying to make clarification on, but we should all know say at least any wa say nyi na yakosuko akokudru point bi enye de nyi na no bi so de bade oni me ameti ase na I'm into security, both cyber and military point, let me put it that way. But make us be a minimum when it comes to these things. If you go on corner, that person is not into security, but could we maybe a shower and maybe cramming the body. Minimum. In some body be American was and will be correcting, of course. Depend on all fast with their correcting. It could be a point of like if you're undermining someone and maybe bisa. We all make mistakes when we speak. We all make errors when we try to do something. And a typical example, I could say what case then you say court now you call the presentation of document you on and try and I say I was a fashion. That doesn't mean see the sebi where you could see him juma, but they be a mistake in the buy. This is very important. And next time maybe you know be a acquire a person a bit my correcting bacono, a bit my critique problem, a bit my worse. One thing is I think say at the live so there was an issue between you and God Factor. I remember very well. The Kaipa minister say at the live and I was on that live for more than 3 hours. The Mr. Ominia feature MP, we mean a penny, Kakra meeting a canon, when you mean a God Factor. The two of you, I know some way very learned colleagues in Sremo. When it comes to these issues now, Mr. Mo, say, yeah, and I said, you'll be undermining, you'll be so will be wrong and maybe we should be very careful when it comes to these things. The meeting mechanism and your corrections.
Oh, see me, hold on. If I'm wrong, and I accept it. It was a slip.
The last time, hold on. Let me clarify something. The last time,
hello.
So on this issue now, now feature MP when God Factor. No, I have a question for you. Now, case now was here for appeal. No, I know some notice of appeal is in process, but the question is we all know say for some reason the original birth certificate, original marriage certificate no was not at the High Court. Now no, if say original marriage certificate no, and then they try things say court no clear say before so bet me a fresh evidence no, you should give a reason, a very concrete reason. The reason try one farmer. Now reason try one man say judge no man the time. Unfortunately, you know, like we see so prove with some interviews, just also try, but one notify court, and that's what I see. And per what the judge wrote, you know, just say one man who say, yeah, the BC cried about air, because so judge need to say one try. Because
yes, and he did not make any attempt. Yeah.
Or did not very good, did not make any attempt. Yeah. Minister could make attempt and could notify court, no. So far as say one notify court, the court judge and they say he did not make any attempt. Mm-hmm. And now, no, lawyer Kusi will make an attempt. And so what I believe now, they say he made the attempt but did not notify the court that this is what is happening. So in this case, you know, do you think, say, this is a very good reason for the appeal court to accept the fresh evidence? That is the only question I'm asking. Do you think, say, this is a very good reason? Say, what started process, no? Now one notify court, no, which is the error. I mean, when you say, lawyer Kusi, in this case, or a big error. So when Timen notify court, no, because when notify court, need the back a court and the money break. When notify the court, crack idea and appeal. I believe, say, by all means, compare a document, no. I mean, fresh evidence, no. But in this case, no, according to the judge, no, one notify, no, the empire say that is the case. One notify, no, or original marriage certificate, no. Per your experience, when God factor, when future MP, I'm asking you the two questions. I mean, I'm asking the two of you. Per my knowledge, you know, do you think, say lawyer Kusi at the marriage certificate, no, court of appeal, need through timer, they had a chance to make a stated reason. No stated this reason. Said the reason to went to for original marriage certificate number no is because now or pass it through the evidence act, no, but unfortunately went to more court number here. Do you think, say the court of appeal, no, based on probability, no, or the new evidence, and I say what to good the two of you, please.
Before I say let me clarify something. Well, ma'am, okay. First of all, my banner will be can be dynamic chair for fraud. I don't just me undermine another challenge it. I don't do that. Okay. But if the platform is for education, it's going to be about the kind of more challenging all the time. I'm here. Now, just over 2 hours. Remember, what depending, remember, so I just say, be a day by education and I say teaching. The opinion say a beach and I don't. Maybe I'm English, unless I have some legal question. Okay. And you know, last time, the outcome is the second time I will be can be on granted take time. And now was a burden of proof, best shifting and then shifted. The only arguments I came to prove say it can be shifted, okay, with the law. This one I'm stating it because a legal fact, a legal definition. It's not a bam. I'm going to buy a baby chairman into a bishiak and I'm can't take it. In 10 years, maybe I'll be at the mind will be education. Okay, in 10 years, if not that, we have a kind of open night. At the end, yes, I know to know. Maybe the minimum mission. Even
in court, we make mistakes and then other counsels correct us. In the mini problem, I don't.
Yes, and then I said, and to know why today and understand now you wanted to defend whatever.
No, I was not defending. I mean, it's a slip. It's a slip.
Yes, if you have said that, I know I can't know. But
no, listen. No, you did not hear. Mekatro say.
UK answer. No. Maybe you guys say UK answer. I'm going to UK law. But anyway, fine. And to the question of Busan, number 7 clarify.
I mean, the question in the end mean to me. Enche de enyanu yene se nokrani nyame anim ni judge na nkasa no ema oma lawyer kisinum time so mo nkofa de nimra ba to nso ka no se oma wa mom time wa amani notice implement ase she really gave them time
minister woni bi maybe na wanya hono dem kind say according to the judge need to say oma reasonable time. Until the judge in the kind say, lawyer Kusi me provide document no, and I want to make attempt. But after the case na judgment ba out no, lawyer Kusi so aye interviews or not just say make attempt. Now what I believe me say attempt na lawyer Kusi make no, one notify the court because court no judge ne ka say so make attempt and could be notify no but when notify no in email and as be written. In this case, it means one make attempt. Until no acquisition also make attempt. Until let's assume say one make attempt, but one notify the court. So in this case, no award the original marriage certificate, now you can say as at now, pass it through all the evidence act, maybe a document now for high court. Do you think, say, a high court, based on probability, any cases say the body can really depend? Do you think, say, the court will, accept this new evidence based on probability? Would the wife be no more shy? The probability say court in there certain, say, in terms of percentage, never say be 20%, and the probability be 0.2, something like that.
But it depends on how lawyer Kusi and his team of judges argue their case.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Can I also chime in a little bit with what the question?
The question was posed to Godfather.
My future, my
nice. So let them finish first. It's nice, Mr. Onyabutre. They make
okay, future builder can say.
Let me say, because I'm just because of in my head that could be a case. Tax statement say or make attempt because to me I thought say like they almost say marriage certificate in the original. I don't think I'm accept this any original. Until I everyone can say the purported marriage certificate. Until we use that word no, because on one you do it on some can say fake to consider the purported marriage certificate. And I don't know, say that's not can interview Muna Oti and I say it was in the case or more time say the Kusi someone the Kusi reasons and all the man. Because I thought I'm about to say appeal, no, until I'm clarify. I was in the judgment and I say interview.
Come again with the question. Come again.
Some now I said, "Lawyer Kusi muka say so man, one more time. I was in the judgment.
It was an interview. Lawyer Kusi.
Okay, fine. Because me who the judgment?
No, our judgment. But I'm ready for paragraph. No, can say or more.
Judgment. Judge needs the T say. And yet Lawyer Kusi ne kai. Judge needs the T say. They did not make attempt because they would have.
Which is paragraph 99. Or say, let me state that the plaintiff should have attempted to certify the German marriage certificate, and by that she could have tendered in evidence such attempt being a letter from the Ghana embassy requesting for certification.
Okay, that's not the same thing now, kind. And the way different.
And I could so at the letter, correspondence letter, and I mean, my echo no. Or the
correspondence letter. What is the exhibit number?
I have the letter here, but I don't know the
what is the exhibit for that? What is the exhibit number?
And I make us I don't know the exhibit number.
Now AR I'm sure call Ghana embassy now a friend is saying Ghana Hayano. Are you saying?
Yeah.
Madam for now, LOL can or watch YouTube or try also a letter call or Ghana embassy for my Irish plan say yes or my but on yet that's the process of us now say consular now or Germany where the organ Ghana embassy in our Ghana I don't know or trade BBC letter because when you response I think I saw that one before. Now the guy also wrote it now with and my own friend. I think that is on catch him. And that was that one. But the all kind of me send your time now. Send I think that a Godfather the can appeal no. And a new here it was a record of appeal until some night the previous court and one almost had the court. I think it's a court of appeal no. As to the evidence, no, I think there is a discretion, and usually, no, expected a case now because case now say, and the amount or the coin, international view, and you say, yes, I don't count because I'll start another case, a different but be alone, there's always exceptions in certain things. Now, court, sometimes, no, or what's open, or pay. Equity, the fairness, what does it? And and exceptional circumstance, if the evidence be a month me and farmer at the time, no, now with my provisor, get caught with my jatumsa. But men, I think that I've always had opinions that among us, say a number coin, certificate number coin, a original say main certificate. I think that's all ridiculous now. Yeah, now. Or no now dispute certificate and say a date but could be say signature be a different say because I don't know.
Yeah.
And you know, I think that when who are grounds of appeal, grounds of appeal now, they give you a better idea. The appeal. But I think some family, some very about it. And say, nice, mom appeal now. I think the number, I'm going to file it. My friend, me busa and also must send the aka. So my man rate. I just spoke to the guy straight away on me and Casamnenica side. Oh, Fonso.
Now, future.
But mama may clarify.
Time bound to file an appeal, no.
Yeah, first of all, my year now.
21 days we know. Omotimia meet here, not that, right?
Yeah. Until I was there, I was now process.
All right. But Kakala me person mechanism. When you read Supreme Court decision on with the Evidence Act rule number 76 now. So they say a new evidence can be accepted whereby that evidence will prevail justice. Right? Exactly. And I say at the time of court decision, that new document was not present when the decision was making. Right, so
what can a criminal case?
It doesn't have to be criminal. It doesn't matter.
It's nice. It is part of the conditions under the filing of appeal. But a woman in say, yes, say ubetimi because appeal now wokoye no. Strictly on legal grounds. Say unyi say court now call you no ma watentene so what
yes
you go pay attend we fufro and this afa na wo Sunday another evidence about there and it defeat wasem na wo ka say court na ma watentene no because we ultimate the evidence ne baya anka the lower court no e bia nanka ne judgment ni be change so what you say so based on this principle ntina rarely say omobeje new your friend is saying
no who stated new case say the reasons why the reasons why ABIA based on ABC and B, that's the reason why in here sad document was not present, right? Again, what's the name? Future says how you present your case, because for number one, for them to even uphold the appeal, they would have to believe and then maybe one of my attorney, so they want to look at it, right? Because straight away the born.
Oh, appeal can be upheld. Yes. Grounds for appeal.
Appeal need the and then because it can either be upheld or overturned. And I mean, yes, the woman say me the can catch us yes, say evidence be o honum na say on person what use na so mo begia. You must prove a friend is beyond all reasonable doubt say emra na mo ye the first case Ufa akwanya say nyina so say nka the evidence ne beba but circumstances be antimi am one farmer.
Eno na papa ba ko na okasa before
eno na ebia ebetimi ama
lawyer Kusi lawyer no the assistant ne beka said they wrote to the Ghana embassy in Germany and they had a copy of the email and a letter and it can we held we are on the call but they didn't reply them. And we judge Nika say even come to me the letters, ni emails, and say they have made an attempt to authenticate the certificate, but Oman go through within the time. Kebia can no crabit me manage na so add a different opinion on the case.
Yeah, and this was Anima we na Utimi prove to the judges.
Exactly. And not die back on the person.
Sanima we na no. Oh yeah, and so on san can they might consider. Oh, your friend is saying.
Let me come back with the question again.
I'm more sign, but what the certificate nearby, no. Now there's no signature.
And now we have all come to agree, say, certificate outside Ghana, no, marriage certificate outside Ghana, no, couple signatures, so. It's another ground, sir. The appeal court, can give them a chance if only they want to for the truth.
Are you sure, Senna? Future, was it there is no signature or there were discrepancies?
No. So
I think the name of the person. No, I think that was the name.
As in Daddy Lumba, one of them was
Nipana. I'm sorry, issue.
Two different.
You brought a picture.
Okay, so
not almost signed it, but there were no your signatures were not on this.
Allow the lady to also talk, please.
But her judgment anymore. Or say you brought a picture. Now signify say no more signing. You were signing and he too was signing. But the certificate you brought, there were no signatures of both of you. Can I confirm me marriage certificate? Truly no. It is say Oko University of Ghana or certificate the amount registrar and certificate signature and also.
There was also signature issue. Yeah.
In fact, a lady in Germany, the TNS said, it is kept at
and the judge didn't know. That's what the judge wrote or say.
No, have listen to Honum. No, Mami Mo Honor. You know what can I say? Per the cross examination, no. Me bring puma yebusa say. The question is, did you see the plaintiff and Daddy Lumba sign the marriage certificate? I know answer say I was there. Yeah. Per this may not make him just say almost sign. But the fact is that document almost signing your marriage certificate. Those are marriage documentation.
And the judge didn't know.
Judge no, the reason my judge make that statement. No, I mean, or accept it on interest. And I'm someone to me improve with the foreign law into no.
No, but the lady said that a picture was sended in. The lady said a picture was sended in and now almost signed BB.
Almost signed. Yeah.
No, but hear this though. Hear this. Who's there? Marriage certificate to be 2 people will sign on it, but whatever you sign on, it's not what they give you.
That Ghana then what you sign in
Ghana then certificate Italy so.
What you sign is what you were given. Yeah, not a certified copy, right? But this is the problem, because already somewhere in the judgment, the lawyer Kusi said, they had given some information. I must say, letter to German embassy. They have given it to the law clerk, which law clerk testifies that such information was not given to him.
Yeah, and I want to call the weekend. You and I were not the intent to make up. And Pacha say once there was an exercise, once there was an attempt to get the consulate in Germany to certify, but within time, answers, it can also be a grounds appellate court tender new evidence.
New evidence, yeah. Because the problem is
another way to say judgment Lauren Daka say if can prove with videos to crowd, cannot do. And now there is a video out. According to lawyer Kusi, during the time of the way, the woman didn't provide that one. Also, hotel after Bibiano Kutu Nyamem no. So, if they are able to convince the appellate court during the time, based on even the conditions lower court in the kind say can permit me provide it could have changed something. They say I have it. I didn't have it before then. Now I have it. It's another way. Because
can I ask a question?
And only now they can prove them. They can prove it. It's something I'm hoping and praying for the sake of truth. For the sake of truth, they will allow that as an evidence.
But 1 second.
For the one, I mean, it's a question about future and putting go back. Maybe nice, but I mean, so what can be a back. Future and go factor. Is this lawyer Kusi who's supposed to request for authentication of the certificate in Germany, or the woman who was in Germany would have done that?
No, the woman cannot do that.
And the lawyer no one has advice on so many issues.
even Pokrano.
They work together. Yeah, they must have lawyer. No, you work with your client. Say, oh wow, who lawyer? No, now the lawyer no car. Lawyer no bisa where
the official document granting woman into me just walking into the office say me ba be with. Now the so call office no kwa visa just to apply for visa to come back to your own country. Say, oh yeah, why be a citizen in another country? Who bet you are working in take it now?
No, that's the one thing.
I feel like
this process, you don't work.
Yeah, so the woman cannot just walk to the office or Germany. There's a process they have to go through.
What I'm talking is to go through the process over there.
That's what the lawyer did. So whether it was the woman who did or the lawyer, there was like a chance to or like an approach to.
Well, based on my opinion, I feel like so who has say now who document there who call appropriate channel no it's notary registry who to like those things
notary they send you walk to any bank you can get a notary
just example and say wow
mistake here mama Walmart be a lawyer BT one for free I want to be notarizing a BB I just working
no wait me because wow abiani audience like you say we on here evidence no parle but you work with your clients the client be will say or say yes I did and I say so because we need Germany and you know o registrar o course best marriage certificate is easier within area with this information here so near who say a match
but that's way document we no mo and it's not within the power of the Ghana consulate or Germany to authenticate. They have
no. Say,
then they will apply to the German.
No. Okay, so on registry.
Then it's a procedure they have to go through.
No, you say.
Okay. Certificate. No, so where the original, where the true. Almost on
before Madam, the fact is that they did not ask Lawyer Kusi to go to Germany. They asked them.
No, they didn't say. Nobody said.
Okay, but what I want to say in German, see, you see, the reason why I saw Omelette no more come German embassy in Ghana embassy in Germany, no, I'm going to
email.
Email no because email no they cannot authenticate it is the real person that watches our email no. And Lawyer Kusi should have instructed Akusia Sewa to go there physically.
That's how it's supposed to be. I believe that's how it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
Because
they did all those ones.
Judgment no was uncle Bohem, a baby a registry or more registry no one. On our point, Yana, we are crowd their Ghana embassy in some
embassy or copy.
Registrars no more year two. Into the first certificate no more they buy now one of the registrar a signature and also. And then the second one no more they buy any your Obama signature and also. And that was the one of contention say then now the back bar different certificates signature and there was now another one. But in that court no almost two registrars Obama or Bema. Which is go to their website it's there. Is there once or Bani or Bema? When not the same registrar and issue the final one or the only by last one, and also a different signature because of they had two registrars.
I mean, clarify apart from say, I mean, judge, you know, was asked to clear is on your aspect of German law, okay? Because on your aspect of German law, this is why I want not be sharp backhandship. This is why there should have been an expert witness, okay?
And 100%.
I don't know, or you to say on your expert, and if there's and the absence of an expert written as a visa, no Ghana law, no be presumed to say it's the same as Ghana law. I know, when I read it, I thought the judge was justifying real, you know. Honestly speaking, going to appeal, no, I don't know what's going to happen until that decision number. Because judges, no, the court of appeal judge, they will justify the judge, you know, just he doesn't just give ruling. It's not me judgment, but I mean, I try not to comment on it. I got that the crank of trouble judge. We got kind of one of the judge no one bonivia. Okay, and you know,
so your baby Obiabe candidate
because in thousands of we train our kind judgment better than no make it we assumption because in the case whereby me can we and say okay. what I say, you know, what if that happens? Say, I mean, we're sure the judges they will just.
The future, unim say Salumba case, the judgment was very extensive, pa.
Yes.
Very extensive. Intina meno, I keep advising you, na say, see ni I won until say you be with the other one, which is the appeal. No, let's hold on to this. Say you do, say you do. I always give circumstances. I think say 28 August 2013, Emra Supreme Court election petition case, you know. Omuye ya na Kufuado kasa wonifi ho no say I accept the verdict but I disagree. We might have our disagreement, but near court no dey ato ho ne dey let us accept it. Inti efi na ekoi ebeya me ya se obi beba be gina we so no waka se odobru ni enye yere na Kusi ase wa de oye yere. In fact, any sa na o kan de ensan kokko to be because also kokko to how de na obi nya no so obi ani antuma, how will you feel?
And the human nature and the normal.
But as I say, you win ye. Oh, now ya may be ako. So me, I wish say, Anka, the judgment will be overturned because any ma enter NCC war, yen legal wim, no na yen ya pesi so that will be able to read where and understand why. Now going forward, no so quiet do maybe ya. Now wait me de aheso de aye on yes
Godfather, me did say the judgment if it's overturned, I go Supreme Court.
I know. This. Whether listen, even if it is upheld, it will still go to Supreme Court. I'm telling you.
Because of their but yes. The thing is, sending the entire court structure, no, court in this one because even Supreme Court has your election petition, okay, it was majority. Court, I say unanimous, and I say majority decision. Unanimous judges in now, 5 or 7 or no court.
Yeah, Supreme Court was 5-4.
Yes, and I say majority so 5-4. That's a majority. And I say 5-3, whichever.
Yeah. Once there is a dissenting view, it means there is a majority.
Yes, I'm not sure I would say judges because sometimes no more crowd on your exactly. I'm creating that appeal structure now. But my judgment say the highest court in the Supreme Court until you're not kind of fan. It is always a law student now read judgment now. And yes, Supreme Court, we High Court now come say, oh, ratio, and you know, so a digital book once one here as a case, no more kind of na Supreme Court over 10, okay?
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, even with the Supreme Court in the ground, a Korea, NASA, Nipano, almost decided, I would not go review, almost go review, judges, somebody be back at home, mother also. Because when we say,
yeah, they will add an additional 2.
Yes, because at the end of the day, because any majority, wow,
and you know, sir, there has been a reviewer, a Supreme Court judge, or no, who dissented the first one, second one, or come out.
And telling about the reasons.
It's a near be even Mami cry out the assembly, so Sunday the same assembly man is near the judgment might change.
Based on the evidence, like I said, judge or presenting we and based on what is before them, okay, and how the argument and everything is in Indian. I really know assembly no random pay, and I say prepare no pay, but no only hobby, and I won't JCB only wow do some abano, and original so the assembly no idea it's a law of evidence. What I say, you know,
MP. Maybe we say a question. Maybe it's answer what done for ne lawyer Kusi ni pan. Ubusa na
ba. You film. Last time we went the deal.
Okay.
Ube kurana ube bi na wo frɛ no.
Oh no. On friend, but last time me can say be obi aye ba.
Say sada no me ka so say edin no memo.
Me chile na but what I can't say the bit man I GH what I can
so enti muti say Tupac at the picture be corona court na jam like
our friend Tupac our friend was up
okay
I was na me
okay confused what is asking about picture say that lumane Odobroni wari mu try no. Like you like who the only kasa no busa na my say then they see what court man just a picture na to me why.
That's already me no kasa me busa legal be appeal grounds. But the all kind they say me the all kind but see any they was nka for no FM say media report say if it's not captured in the judgment the name is not captured in the judgment mean I don't pay attention.
It was captured in the judgment by judge or thrown in a way and as my lawyer could see canon bontino as a defaka crash what I say but
okay paragraph saying with
paragraph 122 no last part 1 no last I think paragraph middle of paragraph 122 so check
paragraph 122 there you know
let me see
122 says about venue deceased customary okay I have noticed
22
122 okay. Counsel or the counsel for the plaintiff also raised a question on photographic exhibit CKF2 tendered in evidence by D1 indicating a picture of the deceased and D2 which says it's a picture taken after the deceased has an interview after the customary marriage. And the in evidence by D2, okay, D1 here, I was your opinion.
Yeah.
Indicating a picture of the deceased, okay, that's Dumba, and D2, which is Odobroni, which says it's a picture taken after the deceased had an interview after their customary marriage. And the number of people said, I argue.
Because says that picture, no, like I could see Eba ad be cancer be so I about the picture, no. But
okay, Papa.
Judge no so patch say already further or patch say and I said D was append and I say be I am fine adwuma nti nka lawyer couldn't forget this picture no and then I said
I have already indicated that the evidence of D1 here was not much weight. Judge no say what the can say evidence they are man attention weight because no, or little knowledge about the life of the deceased, or say was a penny had that lumbar or bonobo and any man or you know, there was a penny had on which a penny crack and said, no, we knew what son and Barnina. And you know, I'm the about which a penny asked him, and an opposite. It's okay, and I remember the kind paragraph.
It's okay.
Okay. And therefore, find out the father D2 was customary.
But future.
But also, I think the point I just trying to make in say.
Yes, I mean, kind of, you know, no more munti. Mahu do apa soche.
Future no dey say ya kanya. De bia e be bia obi
I don't say important. No just say.
But what dey sign kind na.
I mean, 122. Okay, 122. Copy master. So say I don't know what you say. So kind yes and maybe I'm kind for now confuse me. Counsel for the plaintiff. Okay, counsel for the plaintiff in his written address. Raise an issue until I said that Kusi Kasano or raise an issue. Judge in the Kasano raise an issue about the venue of the customary marriage of D2. You know, about the Busapeni raise the issue about baby a customary marriage. You know, okay, and the deceased as it took place in the house of the deceased. Was a issue because almost say Yawari or Dobroni that number fear. Okay. I have noticed some marriages are contracted at event centers, hotels, parks, and thus meeting the deceased house for the customary marriage cannot make the ceremony valid. As the most important thing is for the families of both parties to meet and head drink accepted as stated by plaintiff witness to PW2. Okay, into what how only answer my boss. No boss say baby I'm gonna say you worried that lumba no it doesn't fear but you know so say our Arabic and saying it imagine event centers ne hotels and ne parks in the cake and you know I know timima and the customary marriage then invalid okay because na P2 because papa no ba no also kind no reason why I should reject it into hand. Next way no say counsel for the plaintiff also raised a question on photograph exhibits when our can CKF yes standard in evidence by D1 indicating a picture of the deceased and D2, which says it's a picture taken after the deceased had an interview after. Okay, okay. It's not about say the picture be by the picture be called as a bit of name, no. Or say I just say. One year picture you try that lumba no double try after customary marriage. Okay. And I say I have already indicated that the evidence of D1, which is a bush opinion, was not given much weight. It named the because the evidence okay, but you opinion this picture by. Okay, evidence of D was not given much weight as he has little knowledge of the life of the deceased. I therefore find it a fact that D2 was also married to the deceased before it was defined, and also find as a fact that they got married in 2010, having it so determined upon the balance of probabilities. Plaintiff cannot be said to be only surviving. Okay. And to me, say, Honorable Chapenya, the bar say, episode of Brunin that Lumba picture, on my custom marriage. And we for content is say, I say, oh, China. It happens the judge say, Bushapeni, we know the ban of most of Bushapeni evidence of ban or to be because we were no little knowledge about that Lumba. Okay, and you know, they're miming who's a judge in that canon.
Yeah, but I see, because a Bushapeni person who proved there was a marriage, you know, because first of all, no man provided any picture, almost man take a picture on the ceremony, right? But then a Bushapeni at the picture, try after the ceremony, Abba. Well, so that means say a Bushapeni picture no issue to say, oh, since our picture no. Unji bibia ntumu or what a Bushapeni is saying that. How can you then say there was a marriage because the Biali here say Yabaya no, but yes, na Yabaya oh. And the like Kusinanga said, Honor wasn't go push it back more. But on the cross examine, no, I don't know why it wasn't not nice. put in there.
It's nice.
Unfortunately, no, but my no.
Are you sure, sir? Lawyer Kusi's aptness or indecisions ne nema obeka wo court no ebetimi ama yaka say make no abusuapani see ebebusa no once ensem wo court during cross examination so obeka ni ya na wontimi onka ni ye no na ogidi se betimi ama no nti agina so aka so dobro ni nya yira na
and so there be so no I know witness for dobro ni as well
eno de na ensewe because the we na nkasa no was dobro ni say wan fa busuapani so a witness right.
No,
Abusuapeni was also a defendant, right? And on also defending and one also a because me actually me who say Abusuapeni Amakanta claim there. That is what I know. I mean, so do Bruni di Omami answer. Enti Abusuapeni nsem na all can. Se to asoma ebetimi aboa odobroni ama we wini ni case, but entwasoma entimin cause mean I don't sure say betimi cause anything against her.
Any mayhem for her, okay.
Yeah, because Abusuapani is not the only person ya obetimi akire say ya ware odobroni ana say ya ware no. But me de ne American nyina ne say ya ware obi o, say ya ware obi o. Ne court ne dia be wie nie. In the future anga me bese in just a paragraph no sa asem yi die no who ne say
I haven't my kind almost time. I always said say after reading the judgment and judge no were justifying the ruling, okay? Every way out, asked because evidence here can almost state. I mean, I don't have a copy. I mean, German. In fact, I don't crack as one year expected German law. Tina was in Kaweba. Tina was in Kese. Tina make us say a co appeal now. Honestly speaking, people will say I will not write anything off because this is going to be 3 judges. But for us, I know for us, my understanding.
You have no question, right?
Why justify? Yes, okay. Why justify ruling with the law and precedents? And you know, as to say, we be expert witness be by no guy say oh na be German say na TSC na TSC German be an bit more convention na no I will really accept it but I say we be sama you know over be so kasa say this is why they should have been expert or kasa this is why they should have been and so far as assistance in there why justify it to me. But it doesn't mean say it's not is immune to appeal. It's not immune to appeal. It's not appeal. No, it's not. To me, I'm really curious. If you're not man, Korea, fine. But if they go, I'm really curious to see the decision. I'm gonna say banana. I'm gonna say me log. I'm gonna push to her. Now me
conference view ewo Germany na one way ya jama one way this is Miami ko investigation because send your man for keke common self no probably you also have to go and then see a bit me enter into any of their offices near ko bisa niema because it's something a man for nsem
yeah, mami bisa me future ko in fact ami chia o ba so no na say anche bia na we adepasi
minimum say one na o see you
there we adepasi see but anyway na me kwaya ade
I say na ye mutual we
yeah no meet me we submission but o see me at the same time krana okay na me kwaya ade nti afi na me we
ene waba na uni
future me
support
yeah me pacho do you think say lawyer Kusi in terms of the evidence act na saw the document in firm no did he do the right thing and I say you will say he had little knowledge about the process?
I can't say he has little knowledge, but well, the only reason I can say anything is what the judge has said. Okay, judge and they say it should have been that, but they have done the right thing, and then they think say
okay, my main said the lawyer Kusi here wa hasi. Meba the ono ye into na me kasa no and according to the own interview so say the first thing say what letter Ghana embassy say authenticate and certify the document, which is not in their power to do that. You have to give it to let me check this and use the right word because a poster no I don't know say I said I can't correct
apostle
yeah in the first I said nipa no beje marriage certificate no eje from the registry per the rules no so eje from the marriage registry na Algeria or the kwakoma German authority debi German authority no either by court and say in illegal no be a poster no enti omo ya poster ni we a denti no omo ya poster no omo check the signature of the registrar, the capacity of the officer and the official seal of the registry. No more so we are now the former Ghana embassy. Ghana embassy only verify from omo ye a poster no. But lawyer Kusi and you we mu bia.
This is a presentation. I mean, I'm trying my be a case in the job. What else you talking about go through? Or no, for example, or say omu email German embassy no way, no monsanka. I don't know.
Or email German embassy from where? Ghana.
The friend a guy now or Jim. Anna actually or Trekoma Ghana where you can say or I say. But I didn't know I asked to say they are words against the judge's word. This is what they're going to do.
But future, in this case, you don't need German embassy.
No. So, not German embassy. I mean Ghana embassy or Germany.
Ghana embassy in Germany.
Into what then a lawyer could see seeking from them.
See you. Even the judge advised them saying, "Okay, so almost send us our email. No, come Ghana embassy in Germany. Paragraph 93.
To do about ARDH on sending come on no more then you have to tell me there's some more.
And I make her say, no, I'm authenticating. Who read the paragraph 93? It's nice. You better me redo.
I'm not is it the duty of lawyer Kusi to do that?
Any lawyer Kusi I don't know say this is the process. Okay,
that was the question maybe sir.
Together, lawyer Kusi is working with the man until the
say a lawyer the duty to go do those. I mean, make sure that those things are done. Lawyer is the one doing it.
The woman.
Nice.
Whether he is the one doing it or telling the woman to do it.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice.
Because that time he could have gone to Germany with this woman to get all these documentations.
Nice. Can I ask you a question?
Go ahead.
Maybe so say Ghana embassy na so more authenticate marriage certificate na say Ghana
embassy in Germany.
I based on
the regional court or state authority.
Paragraph 93. Why is
my reading paragraph 93 now. I've been said before paragraph 93. No, what I know about certificate, German judge Birmingham registry ho. Okay, certified copy normal and fan copy Ghana based normal certified. It happens that 93 now. Let me state that the plaintiff should have attempted to certify the German marriage certificate, and by that he should have tendered in evidence, and such attempt being a letter written to the Ghana embassy requesting for the certification. Okay, yeah, can never be brave. Okay, I mean a lot of things that maybe also on crowd kind of somebody say this is why they should have been we say, and I think say. Or plaintiff, all the plaintiff, I could say, I mean, say lawyer, or just, but the whole case, case in the bias, I could say, versus way, the lawyer, the way representative, and Namika, one client, you work together, because lawyer, no, we need certificate.